This is the first time I've been able to review a Volkswagen anything, whether personally or professionally. We've just never really crossed paths. And yet, it's always kind of had a special place in my heart. As many of you know, Kia was utterly transformed by the engineers that came from Volkswagen to go to Kia. So I'm super stoked to check out the source of Kia's newfound prominence. The rectangular look that you see on the Sorento and the Telluride was birthed from the minds at VW. Look at that thing. It looks beefy and powerful, like it's ready to take on a fantasy hero in Mortal Kombat. Next, the interior styling is uncanny. I absolutely love the interior of the Sorento because it's classy and subtle. It's exactly the same in here. Nothing's too flashy, everything is subdued. Posh simplicity.
Even the all-wheel drive system on the Atlas is similar. Like Kia, its 4Motion all-wheel drive system utilizes the onboard computer to measure the amount of slippage on the road and activates the rear tires when necessary. Unlike traditional four-wheel drive, this is done without the user's input. That means you don't have to start sliding before realizing, I need to get all four tires moving.
This CrossSport is the top-of-the-line SEL premium model, which houses a 3.6-liter V6 engine that produces around 276 horsepower or 266 foot-pounds of torque. If spending $51,000 is a little out of your budget, there's a nicely powered 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that you can get on the S and the SE models that produces around 235 horsepower or 258 foot-pounds of torque. Here's where some of the German eccentricities come into play. The turbocharged 4-cylinder engine averages around 22 miles to the gallon. The V6 averages around 20. So your first inkling might be that if you purchase the 4-cylinder, you'll save a little bit of money. But here's the kicker. The V6 can handle 85 or 87 octane, but the turbocharged 4 requires 91. So you may be filling this up more, but you'll save almost $6 each time.
Not just that, but the V6 all-wheel drive model maintains a 5,000-pound towing capacity, which is unusual for non-3-row SUVs in this segment.
Speaking of non-3-row vehicles, when you clicked on this video, you might have been wondering, what's the difference between the Atlas and the Atlas CrossSport? The answer is about 4 square inches, which means you get astronomical amounts of second-row seating. Look at this. This is a TV tray that you would normally find in front of your couch. And yet, look at that. Look at that. Man, I wish I had this much legroom on a major airline. Another highlight is the full digital display. Now, it's kind of hard to describe how impressive a full digital display is until you've seen one. In fact, about a year ago, I had a gentleman who decided to not buy a Telluride from me because the Audi Q7 had a full digital display just like this. That's like saying you're going to road trip through Wyoming instead of Idaho because you can legally purchase Roman candles. And yet sitting here, I can kind of understand.
The digital display provides a new interactive experience for the driver. With a click of a button, you can switch from the speedometer to media details to navigation. This feature, combined with a 480-watt Fender sound system, makes for a phenomenal experience.
Getting behind the wheel of this for the first time, I've noticed it's incredibly responsive. The suspension, on the other hand, is a little firmer than most other models out there. But there was one thing that really did catch my attention. Listen to this. Did you hear that? If there's one thing the Germans are good at, it's sound. Beethoven, Bach, Bose, Billy Ray Cyrus, all the best noisemakers in the world.
And not to mention, the Atlas CrossSport comes stacked with all the active safety features, such as autonomous emergency braking, rear cross-traffic alert, automatic post-collision response, and the intelligent crash response system.
One thing I especially want to mention is VW's warranty. It's 4 years or 50,000 miles. That's not powertrain or basic. That is a full bumper-to-bumper warranty. Plus, you get 2 years of free maintenance thrown in. What a Promethean idea! Why doesn't all manufacturers do that?
VW is very unique in some of their attributes. For example, the Cross Sport comes with light assist, which will control the brightness of your headlights based on the outside lighting. Parking distance control will depress the brake to prevent you from colliding with invisible objects, and Drive View is part of the GPS-connected app CarNet that reduces your insurance rates through safe driving.
At this point, you're probably rubbing your piggy bank in anticipation, and I don't blame you. You can pick up one of these at Greeley Volkswagen for around $32,000. Not too bad, since, it had to swim here.
When it comes to purchasing a vehicle, price isn't always the most important marker. Sometimes it is the careful considerations by the engineers that really distinguish the model.
Notice anything strange? If you can't see it, I'll explain. The engine sits lower in the bay than traditional designs to provide a lower center of gravity. This gives you better handling as well as reduces the likelihood of a rollover. That's awesome. Another cool fact about VW is that they use what is called virgin steel to build their cars. Other manufacturers will melt down older vehicles to use that steel because it's cheaper, but not VW. Everything that's in that Cross Sport right there is pure, unadulterated German Stahl.
My first review of Volkswagen, properly pronounced Volkswagen, I found out later, was a pleasant experience. With companies like Kia seeking out its brilliance to improve their own brand, it makes sense why they've dominated the industry. And as for the Cross Sport, I'd love to take it around the globe. Thanks for watching this 2021 Atlas Cross Sport walk-around video. Please like, share, and subscribe to help grow our channel. Special thanks to the source for music utilized in this video.